been about a month. No. Longer. Right? Let me see. How long has it been? About a month and a half, maybe. Like, it's coming up on 2 months. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Ramadan came up, and I took a break. So, took a break from development, videos, and devlog, and all that. And it was a good break. Definitely a necessary break. And I guess that's just one of the downsides of solo game development is that when I take a break, the whole project is on pause, is on hiatus until I'm back. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the pros and cons of solo game development. If this is your first time here, I am Echo Game. I am the solo game developer of Nizaal, a twin stick mobile first fighting game. I guess there's more to it than that, but yeah. So yeah, what are the pros and cons? We can start with the cons. We can start with the con that I just mentioned, which is that, yeah, when I take a break, then the whole thing's on pause. And the whole entire project is pretty much at my pace. Right? Meaning, or rather, in other words, the project ends up taking longer to make. Because, yeah, if I had someone else on a team or an entire team, then we would just get stuff done faster. Just because there's more people working on it. But if I am working on, let's say, the art, then I'm not working on the story. And if I'm working on the story, then I'm not working on the devlogs. And if I'm working on the devlogs, as you can see right now, I'm recording a devlog, but I am not working on the coding or the game design or I don't even know what else. So, yeah. And I have to wear multiple hats. It's all on me, which is fine. This is what I am used to. Actually, I don't think there's ever been a game that I ever worked on that actually got past like one day of development that actually had like a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never worked with anyone in a realistic, serious capacity on any game ever in the last 15, 16 years now. It's kind of crazy when I think about it like that. Like, dang. And that's probably a major flaw, and it could be why I never was successful. But, well, it's good. When it comes to these hiatuses, what I've noticed so far, and I don't plan on doing this for every single major part, but like the project is split up into 10 major updates. You have alpha version 0.1, alpha version 0.2, alpha 3, alpha 4, beta 5, beta 6, so on and so forth, right? And what I did when I finished alpha version 0.1 was I took a month off. And now that I finished alpha 2, and y'all saw that in Devlog 4, as you can see, I also took a month off. And I think it's good to do that. I think it's good to step away from the project, but I can't keep doing that every time there's a major update that drops. So, yeah. But it's just tough, you know? I can't put all of my time and effort into this project because I have to live life too. There's other things in life I have to balance, and it's only gonna get more and more as time goes on, right? So, yeah. So that's really the main con, I would say, is that it just takes longer because I'm the only one, and I'm also like pretty much running on like slave labor. That's the second con. I'm basically on slave labor, meaning I'm getting no income from this right now. Now, I mean, sure, whenever, inshallah, whenever I start the Kickstarter, then I'll, fundraise. Y'all can pledge whatever, get the money. Cool. We're good. We're chilling, you know. But that's not guaranteed, and I have to get the project at a level, at a stage where I even can do a Kickstarter. You're not going to create a Kickstarter off of like a level off of a game, a prototype that looks like crap. Because people are not going to pledge money to a project that they don't see potential in, or that they don't want to see come to life. And so you have to kind of like get the game to a certain part where it looks good enough to where people are like, okay, yeah, this looks good. I want to pledge some money on Kickstarter to help fund the development so that this game that I want to see come to life actually comes to life. My game, Nizaal, is not there yet. You're still running around fighting as like mannequins. And maybe whenever I finish Alpha 3, then yeah, sure, when I have 4 characters, 1 or 2 stages, some visual effects, better sound effects, yeah, sure, of course, the game will look pretty enough and sound pretty enough to where people be like, oh wow, this is actually like legit, it has sauce. And then they'll be like, let me pledge money so this can come to life because I really want to see it. When's the demo, when's the release. It's just not there yet. And the road to get there is a road in which you're making no money, no income. So I've been working on this game for almost a year now, and yeah, I mean, it's just been it took me 4 months to develop Alpha 1. Took a month off. 4 months to develop Alpha 2. Took a month off. So that's in total 10 months to get 20% done with the game. I could have gone faster, I guess, but like, I don't know. I don't think that you should therefore do the math and be like, okay, if it took 10 months to do 20% of the game, then that means that it'll take a total of 50 months to develop the entire game. So we have 40 months remaining, which is how many years is that? I don't even know. I'm not doing the math. What? 3.5 years, I guess. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, 3.5. No, no, I don't think it's going to take 3.5 more years to finish the game. I think that there's certain things that are worth a lot of percentage. As I said in Devlog, I don't even know, one of the minor ones. I think that there are certain things that take a certain amount of percentage, but not that much time to finish. Like, for example, the adding new characters, because that's just a matter of like 3D 3D modeling, animating, and the game is already like, the game's framework is already set up to where it's very easy for me to just add new characters, add new moves with all the hitboxes and all that. It's extremely easy. I did all that work up front so that I can just later on, boom, 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 that's it, done. It's really just the modeling part, which I am not good at art. So we'll see about that. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Kind of, not really. But yeah, I mean, all the pressure is on me. That's another con. All the pressure is on me to get it done. I can't really depend on anyone else. And everyone who's subscribed is like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Like, we I mean, no one's coming to me saying that, but it's kind of like, I kind of project that, I guess, onto the audience, which I probably shouldn't do, but I guess it's kind of like my own thoughts about it. Like, hey, what am I doing? Come on, like, it's been a month. Hello. Um, yeah, sorry. Um, and I guess the last con is that there's no company to shield me. What do I mean? When you look at Street Fighter 6 and people complain about Street Fighter 6, they don't point fingers at any particular individual. They point fingers at Capcom. Capcom, this big corporation, right? And if you point fingers at that, then it's like, okay, whatever. The people within Capcom are not going to feel like, oh my god. You know, if you hate on like City of the Wolves, you point fingers at SNK, big corporation. Again, if you hate on Tekken 8, you point at Bandai Namco, big corporate. So, you know, you can hate on Nintendo for the Switch 2 and the crap that was going on or is going on with that, and it's like point fingers at not in individual, but at Nintendo. You know, with Nizaal, if let's say I release this game, successful smash hit, whatever, cool, and let's say that I discover post-launch that I need to nerf or buff something, or let's say there's a move that's broken that leads to an infinite combo and I need to fix it. I need to patch it. People are going to disagree with those changes. They're going to say, oh, why'd you nerf or buff this? Why'd you change this? And oh, I think that this system mechanic is stupid because, and then they're not pointing the finger at a big corporation. They're pointing the finger at an individual. And personally, I don't think that I really care about like cyberbullying kind of thing. Like I'm not one of those people who like, first of all, I don't have Twitter. So, I mean, that's already like half of the battle. That's the majority of the battle, is that I'm not really on socials at all, really. Except for like Reddit a little bit. But even then, whenever I have to deal with idiots on Reddit, it's really just like, okay, I'll just block you and that's it. Like it might annoy me for a little while. Like, wow, I can't believe he said that. But like, I just block you, kind of thing. I just move on, because at the end of the day, we live in an age where, like, I mean, we saw what happened in like August, right? Whenever Twitter or X, whatever, right? When they released this feature for like a day or a part of a day, where like it showed the country in which your account was created, and you saw all of these like super pro America white folks were actually like the account was created in India. So I'm like, okay, if we live in an age where most of the people online are either trolls or bots or kids, then it's like, why in the world would I be worried about people giving me crap about this game? I don't care. But also, it's like, it is definitely a valid concern, because I mean, shoot, I don't think, no matter how tough you try to make yourself out to be, there's still like, in your higher consciousness, in your brain, you're like, yes, I comprehend the points that I'm making right now, and therefore I logically should not be upset about all this stuff, because they're either bots, kids, or trolls from like across the world or whatever. But then your lower consciousness, the unga bunga emotional heart, is like, wait, but this still hurts. and yeah, so it's just, I guess that's kind of a thing you gotta be careful of. So yeah, so it is still a con, but it is what it is. Other than that, I mean, the pros, there's definitely pros. The pros of being a solo game dev. I don't have deadlines. I don't have like some CEO or like investors or like a publisher over my head saying, "Hey, we need to get this out soon," and what's taking you so long? Chilling. I'm chilling. The only person giving me pressure is myself, and that's how it should be, in my opinion. Like, you know, so that's good. Another thing is that decisions can be quickly made without needing approval. So, like, for example, I refuse to believe that literally every single dev at Tekken or for Tekken, for Mortal Kombat, for Street Fighter, for City of the Wolves, or even KOF. Like, I refuse to believe that they all are completely 100% satisfied with the results of their efforts, and that they all are happy with the design of the game. I'm sure that just like how the fans of these games might want to make this change and that change, some people within the dev team also want to make those same changes, but they can't. Because why? Because there are higher ups, there's people in suits who are around a round table saying, let us approve of it first. And let us determine if this change you want to make is actually economical. Will it bring more revenue to the game? How much will it cost to make this change? Oh, it's not worth it. And this is stuff that I'm just kind of pulling out my butt. I have never worked in any game, like professional game dev space, so I don't know these things, but I'm just saying this is just my idea of it. But that I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about asking anyone else what they think my game's design should be. Of course, I appreciate in the comments whenever people within the fighting game community give their constructive and well thought out opinions about my design. When you look at Devlog 3. I don't even know what 4. I don't even know. The one about the variable dash startup, the dash macro video. There were lots of comments that were very well thought out and worth responding to, and I did respond. They had really good thoughts, and I really appreciated that. So it's not that I'm like completely closed off. This is my vision, and no, but I'm just saying I don't have to get approval to make changes. If I want to remove the double jump right now, I can, and I did, and then I put it back, and then I put it back out, and then I put it back in and then out again. So it's like, and now I'm realizing that maybe certain characters should have double jumps, but then others won't. Make it like a, I kind of want to make a game where the fun of the game is not in the system mechanics, but rather it's in the diversity amongst the cast of characters. I think, but that's kind of a side point, I'm just saying, but yeah. So, I don't have to I don't have to go to like Big Daddy investor. Can I make this? No, bro, just do it myself. Go on now. And the last pro, I mean, these pros and cons are kind of similar to each other, but the last pro is that my vision is the vision, right? I created a game developer or game design document that pretty much outlined everything that I envisioned the game to be, pretty much. Not everything. I didn't actually finish it. And I guess depending on who you ask, the game dev doc really shouldn't be finished ever. It's like an ongoing doc that you continuously change. But I also realized that it takes time to update the doc, and so I just it's pretty far behind. It's like months behind. I think the game's design now is very different from what the design the design doc says. I made some big changes between, like, during Alpha 2 development. So, yeah. But still, those changes that I made were because based on what I learned about fighting games in that time frame, and what I learned from playing my own fighting game, these changes were necessary to make. But overall, the overarching general vision of the game has not changed for the most part. So, yeah, that's pretty dope. But anyway, that's just kind of my thing I want to talk about in this video. I'm sorry it took so long for me to make an update or post an update about the game's development. I will resume development very soon. I'm just still kind of in the midst of taking care of things in life. So, yeah. Appreciate you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next one, which will come out soon after this one. Yeah.